Hi, good afternoon. Hi from Marianna. Wow, Women of Worth. We are here with the Florence, which is our guest for the afternoon, and I really would like to welcome her. Ciao, Florence. Welcome.
Hello from Geneva, Switzerland.
Wow, fantastic. So Milan is calling Geneva to this afternoon. So I'm really excited, Florence, to share this space with you because for who doesn't know me, and wow, this is special times for us during March. We are celebrating women in business. So this is a series of lives we are having hosting with women in business throughout the month of March for our Wow Festival, which is a Walk the Talk festival. What is it? Wow Walk the Talk Festival is a celebration of women in business. Was born in 2021 during pandemic to support women between the UK and Italy, because of the fact that during those times it was very hard for women handling the household and also the business. So I offered a platform to support women in business, to collaborate, and why not creating business opportunities. So this year is going to be our third edition. And the theme of our Walk the Talk Festival this year is, guess what? I am human. So I really wanted to, why we are talking about I am human topic, because it's very, very important to women, this theme, in the fact that we are more and more into the artificial intelligence pattern, especially for the things that we're trying to have more scheduled, more performing situations. And actually the woman is in the position, they say, look, I had enough. I am human, so this is my limit, this is my limitation. So women that they're trying to embrace themselves. So, and this, for this reason, I wanted to start talking with you as a special guest for the team I'm Human. Why so? Because you have something very special from a human point of view. I think you have to share with your message and with your mission for women in business. So I would like to know more a little bit about you. So if you can introduce yourself, Florence, to our audience, and then we can get into the core of our I am human element.
Yeah, so hi, thank you so much, Mariana, to have me here and to share my humanness or humanity part of myself. Yeah, I really feel being human, and I'm grateful that we are still can share our emotions and our sensitivities and everything that the artificial intelligence, to my taste, won't be able to override us, at least for some time. And we need those connections, I feel. So our authenticity for me is the biggest, the more important part. It's what makes us different,
Yeah.
and unique. And in business, well, I help women mostly, to be able to speak better about what they love to do, about who they are, about their business solutions, so that they can, take the spotlight, be heard, be seen, and be fabulous in business. Because today, women, we want to be able to be, I believe we want to be, to have the reins, we want to hold, we want to be financially independent, and to do our own thing. So it's very important that we can take care of ourselves, and that we can show up authentically when we speak about what we love to do.
Yeah, but what is fascinating me about what you do is something specifically. What is the human element that is basically helping women and human being in general to communicate? Is the voice, and that is what makes so human, isn't it?
Well, yeah, actually, our communication, basically all our attitude, our nonverbal communication is really important for us human. That's how we actually judge the person in front of us, how we actually know if they are authentic, if they are telling the truth. And when we don't know, and when we feel like someone is speaking and something is quite a little bit off, something that maybe about their face or about their voice, maybe the voice is trembling, or it's not, as you say, walking the talk, then we start to have this fear mechanism that starts to, we are running our fear mechanism. And that's how people say, whoa, something is off, and they either lose or attend, or they stop listening to us, or they just want to leave, or they're actually scared. So it's very important to be able to deal with those emotions, and also a way of communicating, because it has a lot to do with how we actually communicate and how we connect. And the voice, of course, is important. We have to find our voice, and it has two, to me, sides. There's the voice as far as the instrument, and the voice as far as purpose, as far as meaning, as far our why. Why do we do things, and what is the impact we have in the world?
This is fantastic, because I guess you teach techniques to improve the voice, how to project your voice according to the aim objective that the person that you are coaching have. The funny thing, when we start working on our technical part, you think that we are losing authenticity in that case if we are focusing on our technique more than our message that we have to address?
I don't think we lose. I think I believe we have to do everything together, and sometimes you need to spend a little more time on your message until your message is really clear. Then you can start to speak it. For me, there's a big gap between the writing of your message, and there's like a big gap until the voice, when we start to speak it, to hear it. Then your message starts to change. And then there's another gap until we start to speak it, and then we have to interpret it. We have to put intention into our words, message, and that's another dimension. And most of the time, we don't spend not enough time to work or train with those techniques, and then we don't spend enough time on the meaning and how do we connect to our audience with our message. We spend too much time being the messenger, and we don't spend enough time being the message. And for that, we need to embody our message. It will take some time. It will take some digging. I've been an actress for like over 30 years, and when we rehearse a part, we spend about 12 hours a day for 6-8 weeks until we actually embody our message. And
wow,
in business, yes.
I like what you said. We are focusing on being the messenger more than being the message, because at the end of the day, the message comes from our heart, and we are just addressing it. As you said, we are the messenger, the one that is portraying, is channeling the message. How then can we, because we're talking about information, the artificial intelligence, technology in general, when we are going to then be in the vehicle of the message, my question is, how can be then the message be authentic like it was originally, and then it has to be processed in the sense that it has to be channeled? How can we be able to be still more authentic, or authentic as before, in order to not be scared and address the message that was our heart to our audience?
Yeah, so to me, I address the intention part. For me, it's many questions that we have to ask ourselves. I have like 8 different level of intentions, but the most part is like, for me, the only thing you have to actually be clear about is what is the most important things that you want to transmit or carry across. At least have this one answered, saying, hey, if I'm here in this moment, I have the opportunity to share my message. So what is the one thing I would like my audience to take away from me in this moment? What is the most important thing? And at least if we have this one answered, and sometimes it might take some minutes until we figure it out. We have to write it down, and ask ourselves, is it really that's what I want to give today to my audience? When we do that, we have a focus, we have a goal, and we're not in our head anymore. Because if you start to think, oh my God, is my voice good enough? Did I make a mistake when I said that? Did I stumble on my word? Or when you forget when you forget, it might come to a point where you forget everything about what you're supposed to say. Sometimes like, oh my God, I forgot, I lost touch. So when you hold on to your intention, then you can grab this intention, and then that way, it helps you carry the everything. Actually, to me, it's like congruence. Everything goes into the same focus. That's
Wow.
one. I have other things I can share, but I speak too much. I can speak about this for hours.
Of course, because you're excited, is what is at your heart, So
Yes.
yeah, it's your passion. So of course, this is something this is good. Fun enough, this is a symbol of our I Am Human theme, and is handmade by one of my captains, Wow, in Naples. And this is the reason why we are portraying it. And fun enough, I have this heart by my throat. Fun enough, I had some vocal coaches lessons, and the teacher was telling me, Marianna, you always took through the throat, so you should actually sometimes talking through your heart in order to be more powerful, more deeper, so getting your message more emotional. And fun enough, we have realized that I was talking so much through because I'm a very emotional person, and I want to really, I get emotional, I'm sensitive, so I really talk through from the bottom of my heart. But being working in a male-dominated environment, I had to raise my voice. I had to make them listen to me. I needed to make the point. So I was raising the voice from the emotional dimension, which was my heart, and that could have shown my weakness because of the fact that being dominated the environment by male, it could be seen like, okay, she's not strong enough, she doesn't know what she's doing, or it's too much emotional, we need to instead work producing, be performant, and so on. So I had to raise my voice, and actually now most of the times I'm still speaking through the throat, and my objective now is slow down, actually talking more through so it's something that I guess you're working with as well.
Yes, very much. That's what I'm talking about, the tools. It's like, I think when you start speaking a lot, even if you are a trainer, a teacher, using your voice a lot, it's essential maybe to take a couple of voice lessons so that you can have the tools to start to know what to do with your voice. See, I'm a singer, so I had to learn from many different voice teachers, and I like to transmit, to give the tools, the professional tools from the singers, so that people have the support. So basically, it has a lot to do with the breath. We need to deal with our breathing, and what tires your vocal cords is sometimes that we leave too much air coming in. We we go like this, when we take a breath. And you can hear some of the speakers on the radio. Sometimes you hear they're breathing too much, and then you stop listening to them. Also, as women, when we're under stress, we have a tendency to raise our voice. I speak like that. So that really is not good for authority, or we need to lower our voice and really start to gain consciousness about where our central pitch or central voice is. So it's more going like this instead of going like this. When I go to under stress, because when I'm on stage, my director was like, Florence, lower your voice. And it's like, when I'm not really 100% sure of my intention, and I've so many things to deal with, then I will raise my voice and I will put some stress here. And the stress here comes from the breathing and the posture as well. And we need to learn to open our voice and open the throat and learn how to breathe like this with no I'm losing my yeah. No strength, no stress here. I'm sure I can spend some, a little half hour with you, and I show you a couple of tricks, and I'll show you how to be able to deal with those things. But I can say I'm in touch with many women, even if they are lawyers or if they are in the finance, and it's like, wow, the masculine. It's not that we don't want to be like the masculine or the guys, but they are more like warriors. So like they will be like this, and they love to make us uncomfortable when we go like this.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's fantastic because also tuning with the voices of a child. Imagine when we want to give a child a lesson, or we are upset with a child and we want to make our point, we raise the voice as adults in order that they perceive that there is a rule to follow, for example. Instead, we want to make them to learn something. We lower our voice in order for them to be tuned. So that is fantastic exercise we should learn from in order to address our message accordingly to the final goal we have in terms of communication. I think that is a fantastic way how to because if we think about, if we want to make a point, and we always raise the voice, yes, you can be authoritative, but it doesn't mean that your message is actually addressed for the right audience. It could be seen, okay, you know your stuff, but I actually is a resistance for me because it's too harsh. It's coming too harsh, your message. Instead, if you are lowering down and you create that empathy like you do with the children, when you want to make sure they understand your point, instead of being, on their case. No, I'm not saying punishing them because it's too harsh, but making the point in order that they don't do any more something wrong, like be careful with electricity, not touching the water, whatever. That is, in my opinion, really a way how we should think when we talk about our topics with our audience, to have this variety of tonality to address our message.
I agree that that's something that you can stage. To me, that's my experience. When your message is really center aligned with your purpose, and that you really have asked the right of question, who do you want to be seen as, how do you want your audience to see you as, and also if you answered the right question, if you know your audience, the voice will actually fall into place. It's I know that we learn where we are, the Public Speaking Academy, where we actually have 3 or 4 types of variation of voice. I think it's good to be conscious of it. And this is the extra ingredient that we can use. And, you know, once you actually, your talk is already ready and perfect, you can just say, oh yeah, my voice is a little too high here, or I'm not firm enough. But I don't think it's the first thing you should look at. I think the first thing is to master the techniques, as you say, like know how to breathe, know how you can take a breath with no sound, not to put enough stress, be able to have your posture so you can breathe and let the air come in. It's like being a sport. You know, high level
Yeah.
athlete. The athletes, you know, they have to learn those techniques. They have to train. And we are so busy in the business world that we say, oh my God, I have to do a preparation. I have to do a presentation. So you do your presentation and you have everything covered and you have a wonderful PowerPoint and you put all the data in because it's important. And you forgot totally about what is the essence, what is the meaning, the message, how do I want to, you know, what's the goal of this talk? I mean, I've been listening to talks and I'm like, it's just data. So
Data, yeah.
You know, of course, if you just talk and then you have a PowerPoint, then of course intelligent artificial is fine. You can just have yourself as and they copy your voice really well now, you know. You actually can do it already. I've seen some amazing I mean it looks I think it looks great, but the emotion is nice. And you were talking about authenticity. When I see something too perfect, it gets boring after a while. We need to have mistakes.
I agree. I totally agree, because that is I mean, everybody is aiming to be perfect because we are attracted by perfection, but perfection doesn't exist. It's in our mind only. And even the nature is perfect because it's got a cycle, but you know, sometimes it's imperfect in the sense that we have bad days right in the middle of the summer and great days you don't expect in winter. So what I mean by this is the fact that even when something is planned to be perfect, there is always something that is different, and that is really the beauty. It's like in summer there is a rainy day. Say, oh my God, I was not expecting that, but is making you appreciating the good days instead when you have the rain. And the same in winter, when it's always raining or it's cold and you have very nice, lovely, crisp, sunny days. You say, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And then you appreciate things when they are not becoming so regular. Otherwise, as you say, they are boring. So, but on this point, because we shared about what you work on, mainly what is your mission with your profession. So we talk about your mission, helping with the human element, which is the voice. But I'd like to know more about instead you as individual. What is really making you human, in the sense that you, in a way, you feel like vulnerable, but is at the same time your strength, your human element that makes you stand out, not because you say, oh my God, but is making you unique and people recognize that. I'm really keen to know.
Well, there's several, but I think my you know, when my clients come, when they come and want to take master classes with me or theater classes, it's my energy and my humor. I would say humor because, like, I keep teaching theater once a week because I just think it's for me it's just a way of letting go and having fun. And my you know, some of my clients, I don't take care of that part. I don't promote it. It's some other institute who does. And when I ask my client, the participant, they say, oh, you know, I always ask them to present themselves. And what they say is like, oh, I come here because with Florence, we let go and just we laugh. I come here to laugh and to have fun and experience the being characters, and not very much different from everyday life, but characters where you actually can play somebody that's really imperfect. I think this is what we do. So I guess my energy, because when I teach and when I'm in the moment, I love to do that. I love to be in that action. I love to be in that present moment where you don't know what's going to happen and magics happen. So I think this is the difference. What I like and which amazes me is it's when I coach somebody or when I work with somebody and I prepare them for like their presentation or their talk, and then they're all prepared, they're all fine, and there's always that 25% of not, that's something we cannot control. We always know that 25% is going to go wrong. We don't know where it's coming from, but it's not going to be as planned. So there's that magic when we are speaking in front of an audience. Magic happens, something where the person uplifts and just like raise above and is connected with her message or their message. And I see the person being blossoming in front of an audience. There's that exchange of je ne sais quoi in energy that makes us human and different, and to my taste, unduplicable. And
Wow.
and that's what I love to see, because you can rehearse, but then, and you've seen it as well, when we are in a public academy, you see somebody do the talk and suddenly, there's like the competition and there's the light and, camera is on and everybody's cheering and pooh, the person comes alive on stage. Even though just before it was like a catastrophe, it was not going right. It was kind of off. So I love to witness that. That's transformation.
Wow. And so this is great. And what is instead what you think is missing in you, you are missing, not in you, sorry. What is missing that for you, you would like to be, in order to be human, what is the thing that you are missing? Something that you had to change along your path, or something that is temporary, you are missing, or something that you desire to get? I'm really curious to know.
Well, I'm a type of person who put the bar very high. I expect a lot for myself, probably coming from my background in acting, dancing. As a dancer, I think more, because as a dancer we push ourselves over our limits and being very there's always something to improve. So you're in that state of never-ending improvement all the time. And I think the hardest thing sometimes is to be cheered on, is to have someone or somebody, or even for ourselves, saying, oh, okay, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's not going right and I have a hard time. Am I on the right path? So it's that sense of encouragement or support that I feel like sometimes I lose touch with, like, if that's what you meant. It's also an emotion, being human, but it's like we are not machines, right? And it's like I know how to put myself on a state of joy, and it's wonderful, and it's I love what I do. And there's also the bottom of the wave, when something like you're like, oh my God, this is so much. And I get that with technology. This is for me, it's very frustrating. And actually, I say it, I get expert, and they said, oh, you do this, and I'm like, no. You don't understand. This is not my expertise. I can transform you into the best actor or speaker, but I have so much time, such a hard time with my online technical website stuff. Like I was supposed to prepare you with something like in 15 minutes, which I didn't for that. To put on an event and there's a lot of technology that sometimes I feel like it's difficult for me.
So maybe going back to what you think is not missing, but something that it makes you not feeling comfortable with yourself is your desire of perfection all the time. Could be that then?
I would say that I'm a little Miss Perfect, like a Miss Security. I actually have like a checklist, and I coach my clients to make sure that all the parameters are all taken care of, so that nothing is going to happen. When I get on stage, I know everything is handled, and I'm fully in the moment because I made sure that everything is fine. So I might have that perfectionist analysis sometimes. Yeah, that would be my flaw. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah. No, but this is exactly you tying in what our theme is about, because as I said, we as a women, we want to be perfect, and we are the ones that are asking ourselves first of all, and then others say, okay, if she's perfect and she comes across as someone that knows always the stuff, or she does the stuff at the right time, right moment, with right people, so people will ask you because they get the expectation of you doing so. And this is becoming then our own slavery, because having been portrayed this kind of attitude, people then expect from you. And you, for not disappointing them, you're trying to fit all the time what is in their mind. So being perfect, be kind, and so on. And this is a toxic cycle that is making us actually not being human, but being machine, in the sense that we're trying to drain our energy because we want to deliver. In the meantime, we try not to share what is our real frustration. Maybe we are tired, maybe we are unhappy, or definitely we don't like something. And that is really what is missing in the woman. That's why we wanted to portray this concept and theme, saying, I'm human. I have to stop. I have emotions. I have limitations. So I need to embrace myself like it is. And you, whoever is in front of me in the relationship, a partner, children, colleagues, or staff, whoever, eventually they understand that we need to stop thinking that out of our day we can't is inhuman, trying to do everything we want in a day, what we should do instead in a year. I'm not saying that we don't have to go over the comfort zone, because comfort zone is, I say, dead zone, in the sense that you are not going to improve if you keep still. But in the meantime, you need to understand instead when you need to stop. Just stop in order to recharge yourself, and basically give away what is required, but still you have some energy to do so. Otherwise you are going to be drained, and nothing is coming out of an empty cup, isn't it? So if you are draining all your water in your cup, there is nothing you can offer. So that's why we really wanted to, for the International Women's Day or the festival, is to inspire and give the positive message of women that we are human, we are not perfect. We have to accept, first of all, for ourselves, and maybe others can understand, accept this. And maybe we are going to have a different perspective, in the sense that we are more allowing people to make mistakes and accept it.
Yes, I hear you so much. I think this is beautiful what you're doing, and I think this is great. I've up until lately, I've had a hard time to accept that I had to rest. Very hard time for me to rest, and that comes from my activity, if I call it that way. As a performing artist, up until COVID, it was not allowed. I mean, I would go sick on stage. I had a public, they paid, I had to be there. Sore throat, not sore throat, fever, no fever, just like, oh, let's go. You have to do it. Makeup on, hop on state and you go for it. And I think where, as women, we forget is that we think we have to be always at 100%. To me, it's I'm always effortless trying to be at 100%. And I found lately that sometimes it's just not working at all. So it would be better just to either rest or do something else. And when I coach people and when I do it for myself, speaking in front of my audience, I need to be at 100%. And my mistake is that I'm so used to getting to the stage to be at 100%, that sometimes I forget to say to myself, wait, I don't have to be at 100% right now. I can be at 50. It's okay. And I've just gaining consciousness or listening to you now. That's something I need to remind myself of.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Thank you for sharing, Florence. Very, very kind of you. Well, I would like to ask you the last question before we close, because we are jumping on IG. For whoever has got IG, we are going to have the same conversation, but in a more giving you other tips as well. I would like you to share what is your word for 2024, your intention around which you are going to set in your goals. If there is one word, what is going to be?
Well, I send you my word, c'est formidable, meaning in English, it's not quite c'est formidable, it's formidable, but it means it's wonderful, it's fabulous. Yeah. And that's the...
In Italian we say formidabile. It's
yes.
The same in Italian. Yeah,
my grandmother used to say that all the time. She would say, oh, yes, it's formidable. It's, just be happy and grateful what's coming to you. And I actually used it in my last shows, saying, yeah, formidable. There's also a song from Charles Aznavour, said, you are the one for me, formidable, And I called my new program, C'est formidable, how to speak with confidence, how to convince, how to speak with pleasure and persuasion. So I'm really want to help women to really forget about the fear of public speaking now. It's over. I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you the processes. Just rehearse them and you'll see it's just going to be lots of fun, lots of heart, and lots of pleasure and lots of intention and intuition, and it will be fun. So it's going to be formidable.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what I wanted to close by. This is formidable indeed. And so it's so musical, it's so magical, the word itself, and the musicality in French is so magical in that sense, makes you dream about. So yeah, it's going to be formidable. So thank you very much, Florence. I really appreciate having you today, this afternoon, and thank you for sharing your experience with us, your expertise, what you are, how you're helping women, and sharing also your human element as a woman that is always out there and questioning herself, because as women, we know we question ourselves all the time. Even we are almost perfect, because we are perfect creatures. Yes. We just want to go over and above everything. So I really thank you very much. And I promise I will see you again, and I will let you know more about what you do and how you do for your women and with your program. So thank you very much, Florence.
You're very welcome, Mariana.
Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.